Hi, I'm Mary O'Malley, and I'm a GTD coach. And a lot of clients will ask about ways to customize the weekly review. And we've done a lot of videos about this. They're also in some of the YouTube after hours conversations where once clients have finished coaching, they'll have a conversation with their coach and they'll discuss how they ended up customizing the weekly review. So that might be something to check out before we dive in here. Now, in terms of customizing my weekly review, I have discussed that I slice and dice my weekly review quite a bit. I have two kids, and there's just a lot of unplanned that can show up when you are a working parent. So I will chop up my weekly review. I do classically waiting for Wednesday, where I check my waiting fors in my email and in my Trello on Wednesdays. Then on Sundays, I do a mind sweep. On Mondays, I get current with my next actions and my projects. And on Fridays, I typically try to get my ins to zero with whatever's shown up during the week before I leave the office for the weekend. And this has really worked for me. Now, the pieces where I will adjust that even further are times when the unplanned has shown up. Maybe I got sick or someone in my house got sick, and so I needed to adjust to be able to care for them. Or I went on a vacation and I'm coming back and I'm recalibrating. I'm figuring out what has shown up while I've been gone. Have any priorities shifted? Is there anything I need to move on quickly now that I'm back in the office? So I'll do a weekly review when I get back from something like that to be able to just, again, recalibrate, recenter, and get current with my system. The weekly review, as many of you know, has three components to it: get clear, get current, and get creative. So one way that I will customize is I'll customize the order of that. It can show up: get clear, get current, get creative. And sometimes I'll move that get creative piece to the front because I have this really great idea or this really fun trip I want to see if we can do. And in order to make sure that's going to fit in with my system, I need to do a weekly review. And so moving that get creative piece to the top can be the most helpful. So customizing the order of your weekly review is one way to adjust it for what might work for you. The other way to customize is with emphasis. So while I'll do all pieces of the weekly review, I might spend less time on some than others in a given week. For example, if I've had a really busy week and it's going to take me far too long to get my email to zero, I might just set a timer and do 45 minutes to do that rather than sitting and only getting clear because it's going to take me a really long time to do that. And it's going to make me less inclined to engage the following week. So that's another way that I'll adjust things. I already talked about how I would break it up. I'll do waiting for Wednesday. I'll do a mind sweep on a Sunday. The other way I will organize a weekly review and customize it is I'll open up my email and I will get clear and get current while in email. If something, for example, a calendar event pulls me out of email into my calendar, that's fine, but I'm immediately coming back into my email. It's kind of hard to get creative in email, to be honest, but if you can do it, I'd like to hear about it. Next, I'll move over to my tool. I'll do the same thing. I'll get clear, I'll get current, and it's kind of easier to get creative within that tool, but I'll stay in there. So if I need to send an email in my 2-minute rule, great, jump over to email, but I'm coming back to that tool immediately. So These are some ways that I will push and pull with my weekly review. It depends on what has shown up for me that week. It depends on my own energy and attention for what I have as I begin to wrap up my week. And it depends on the pace. Sometimes novelty with the weekly review is what I need to stay engaged and keep going. And that ultimately is the most important thing. If this was helpful and you want to see more videos like this, please like and subscribe if you haven't already. And if there's a question you have or something you'd like to let me know, please do not hesitate to respond in the chat. I do read all of the comments that people send, and it's always really helpful as we make more of these videos. Thanks so much.
For more GTD resources, visit davidco.com and David Allen's YouTube channel. To explore coaching, email info@gtdfocus.com or visit gtdfocus.com and click Talk to a Coach.